Is there something that you've always wanted to do, but for one reason or another, you also always manage to find an excuse? And then once you finally do it or think about doing it, you regret that you didn't do it sooner, and then you just decide, why should I even bother? And you never get around to it. If that sounds like you, then stay tuned, because I have some thoughts and ideas about how to deal with that and how to keep regret from getting in the way of you pursuing your dreams. Hello, my name is Emma Shermer-Tamir. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Marketing by Emma, and I know a thing or two about regret. Now, mostly in life, I feel like I take advantage of the opportunities that come before me, and I'm pretty good at putting myself out there, but there are some things, those things that I really want to do, that I just manage to be my own worst enemy, and I totally get in my own way. And honestly, more than anything else over the last 5 years, YouTube has been that thing for me. YouTube has been that thing that I'm like, I want to do it, I should do it, I know I need to do it, and I can always find a reason for why it's not the right time. I'm too busy. Something urgent pops up. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do this. Who am I to even think that I could possibly have something valuable to say? And you know what? All of that is absolutely hogwash, because none of that really matters. If you feel deep down like there is something that you want to do, then you should do it. And the crazy thing for me is that when I started thinking about, okay, I'm ready, I'm gonna do YouTube, my mind instantly shifted to beating myself up for not doing it sooner and feeling embarrassed that I was only now starting, that I didn't have a subscriber base, which, who cares? This isn't honestly even really about any of that. This is about something that I wanted to do for myself as a form of professional development and self-expression and creativity and sharing knowledge and a million other reasons. And so why, if this is something that I want to do, am I going to talk myself out of it with feeling remorseful and regretful because I didn't do it sooner? I mean, that is just the most ridiculous logic ever. And so we hear that standard cliche, the best day to start was yesterday and the second best start is to start today. I'm probably totally butchering that sentence, by the way, which I always feel like I get 2 words off from any common expression, like you can't lead a horse to water. I guess that one was right, but normally I would get stuck on horses or water and then I wouldn't be able to think of the rest of it. But that is besides the point. Cliches are cliches for a reason, and that's because oftentimes they're true. They're so true that we say these things over and over and over again to the point where they kind of lose their meaning. But the fact of the matter is that we oftentimes are the thing that is standing in the way of what we really want. And I feel very clear with myself that that's exactly what I've been doing, that I have actually been holding myself back from pursuing what I really want to do. And so, do I have a million magical answers of little ways to trick yourself? No, honestly. What you need to do is you just need to do the thing. You need to do it no matter how scary it is. You need to do it no matter all of the excuses that you can come up with. Or if you find that every single time you think about doing something, you come up with a million excuses, it may be worthwhile to ask yourself, is this something that I truly want or just something that I think I want? Because sometimes what happens is we carry around these ideas of what we feel like we want for ourselves. And the fact of the matter is those don't actually align with what we truly want. Those aren't actually things that we want to work hard enough for to make happen. So sometimes we like the idea of something, but we don't actually feel committed to doing all of the difficult things that it takes to get there. And so I really had to ask myself that with YouTube. Would I be okay with putting out subpar content that I don't feel the most excited about? Would I be okay with not having a lot of views and subscribers or engagement and still putting content out anyway? Would I be okay with needing to, regardless of how I feel, commit to filming, commit to publishing, and doing all of that consistently for a significant length of time in order to evaluate if this is something that I want to continue pursuing and investing my time in? And for me, the answer was yes, but it wasn't yes and then, oh, it all becomes sunshines and roses. It's a constant battle. I mean, even today, I went through the whole mental gymnastics of who am I to have a YouTube channel, and how do I know what I'm talking about, and why would anybody want to listen, this, that, or the other? Definitely the imposter syndrome was rearing its ugly head. And yet, in spite of all of that, I knew that I had committed to filming 4 videos today. Well, 5 if you count an extra collaboration that I'm doing with another company. And so I told myself, I wrote it down in my planner and I said, this is what I'm doing today before the end of the day wraps up and I go meet friends for dinner. And so time was ticking. I only have a few more hours left before I need to head out. And luckily, I also have a supportive partner that knows what I'm working on, and he gave me that little extra push, reminded me that this is something that I cared about, and helped me get my head in the game to follow through on what I'd committed to. And so if you're finding it difficult to find that nudge within yourself, then it may be worth finding somebody else that can help remind you of what you've committed to when the path is difficult or when you're getting in your own way. And that can be a partner, that can be a friend, but that can also be a coach or someone that you know online, or a peer, someone else that's maybe along the same journey as you are, but someone that can remind you of what you've committed to and what you feel is really important for yourself when you start playing all of those head games. So don't let regret give you more reasons to feel regret. And if there's something that's just burning within you that you feel like you have to do it. And join me on this journey. I'm doing it here right now with you. It's scary to decide that I have something worth saying that I should just put out there to the world. And if I can do this, you can too. So let me know what you think. I'd love it if you found this content. It's a little bit of a departure from the typical content that I'm posting. So if you found this helpful, please drop a comment below. Maybe if you have some other ideas or things that you use to motivate yourself when you're feeling scared about trying something new, or if you have a new project that you want some encouragement, I would love to root you on. And if you liked this, please also subscribe. I don't always create content like this. I also create content about e-commerce and marketing and entrepreneurship. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.